Welcome to the last part of Chapter 3, Survey Methods. Okay, so in the previous video, we talked about probability sampling, we talked about simple random sampling, systematic random sampling, stratified random sampling, and cluster sampling. In today's video, we'll be talking about the non-probability sampling. Okay, if the probability sampling, all members of the population has an equal chance of being selected. The non-probability sampling is a probability sampling to which the researcher selects samples based on the subjective judgment. Okay? Subjective judgment rather than random selection. Okay? Bakit natin ginagawa tong non-probability sampling, sir? Di ba mas maganda kapag probability sampling, or because there are some instances to which we are so limited, diba, in the selection. Notice na ninyo medyo tedious, medyo mahirap yung probability sampling. For the non-probability sampling, ito hindi naman po sinasabing mag non-probability sampling na lang kayo, diba? What I'm saying is it depends on the nature of your study. Okay? Kaya nga natin inaaral ito mga non-probability sampling. We know that not all the members of the population have a chance of participating in the study, unlike probability sampling. See, for example, sa third year BPA, kukunin ko lang magpa-participate lang sa akin ay yung halimbawa paboritong pagalitan, diba? 3-1. Ganun lang, sila lang. Kaya 3-2. Sila lang. Kaya 3-3. Sa tatlong hawak ko, isa lang yung pinuha ko. So that is based on my subjective judgment. Diba? Kaya tinatawag na subjective judgment. Based on kung ano lang yung knowledge on particular groups. Okay? Unlike doon sa probability sampling, kahit kaaway mo, pwedeng mapili. Diba? Doon sa non-probability sampling, syempre, kung sino lang yung mga friend mo, sila yung pagbibigyan mo halimbawa ng questionnaire mo. That's subjection. And it is used in studies where it is not possible to draw random probability sampling due to time or cost considerations. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. Especially this time of pandemic, medyo mahirap mag-probability sampling. Kasi nga, cost considerations and time considerations. Okay? And there are different types of non-probability sampling, just like probability sampling that we learned. We have convenience sampling, we have consecutive sampling, we have quota, we have judgmental or purposive, and we have the snowball sampling. Okay, let's discuss them one by one. For the convenience sampling, it is a non-probability sampling technique where samples are selected from the population only because they are conveniently available to the researcher. So, kung ano yung nandun lang, say for example, nandun lang sa school, okay na yan. Yung mga first year, pwede na yan, okay na yan. Diba? Kaya nga convenient. O kaya, ito yung malapit lang sa bahay namin. Kaya malapit lang sa school. Okay? That's convenient. From the word itself, convenience. Okay? That's convenient. This one is the lowest form of sampling technique. Okay? At ito yung pinaka-bias. Kasi nga convenient sa researcher. We do not actually encourage convenient sampling. And the researchers choose the samples using this technique because they are easy to recruit. The researcher does not consider selecting a sample that represents the entire population. Yan yung sinasabi natin kasi they are non-probability sampling. Okay? For the consecutive sampling, it is quite similar with convenience, but the researcher picks a single person or a group of a sample, conducts research over a period, analyzes the results, and then moves on to another subject or group if needed. So, kaya siya consecutive. Halimbawa, first year muna tayo over a period of time. Next, susunod naman second year. So on and so forth. Okay? That is consecutive. And the third, it gives the researcher a chance to work with many topics and fine-tune his or her research by collecting results that have vital insights. Ang kagandahan naman nito kasi nga magkakaibang levels, magkakaibang insights yan. So, magkakaibang study yan. Pwede mong makuha dyan. Okay? Now, for the quota sampling, ito, para siyang cluster sampling, but from the word itself, quota. Makakota ka, pag kailangan mo lang ng say 100, 100 lang. Yun, tapos na ang sampling mo. Pag kailangan, sinabing 200 lang, 200 lang. Okay? The researcher will need only a sample, not the entire population, to understand better about a population. But again, the quota or the number of those representation is not the representative of that population. O say for example, 1,000 yung population, ang dahil ang quota mo ay 100 lang. It's not a representation of that 1,000 students or respondents. Okay. Sorry. The researcher is interested in a particular strata within the group or within the population. O say for example, yung sa research niyo, let's say for example, government employees age, let's say 30 to 60 years old lang. O kaya 45 to 60 years old lang. Yun lang yung gusto nyo i-consider. Pag nakakuha kayo, say for example, ng 100, kailangan nyo lang ng 100. So yun na yun. Kung 50 lang, yun na yun. Okay? Because that's quota sampling. Okay? And the other one, the last one is the snowball sampling. Okay? It helps researchers find a sample when they are difficult to locate. And it is used when the sample size is small and not easily available. Ito yung kabaliktaran naman ng convenience. Kung yung convenience, nandiyan na sila kagad, readily available, ito naman, napakahirap naman hanapin ng inyong respondents. Say for example, yung sa health, yung mga may HIV. Yan, pwede, medyo mahirap yan, di ba? Kailangan namang i-reveal nila, oy, may HIV ako, di ba? Sometimes this one is called as referral sampling because nire-refer, kung sino may kakilala mo, may cancer. Ito na stage 2. Kasi specific ang kailangan mo dito. Hindi lang basta-basta kung mag-cancer. Kung halimbawa, breast cancer, stage 2. Lahat ng breast cancer na stage 2, yun ang kukunin mo lang. So, medyo mahirap yan. So, snowball ka dyan. O kaya pumunta kayo sa hospital, mga different hospitals, para sila yung mismong sabi sa inyo. O ito, sa hospital lang ito, meron. Ganon. Ayan. Works like the referral. Sasabi ko sa inyo, sometimes it's called as referral sampling. Kasi nga, medyo mahirap yung inyong mga respondents. Tsaka medyo konti. Kung sa convenience, nandun lang ito ko konti. Okay? And once the researcher finds suitable subjects, he or she asks them for assistance to seek similar subjects to form a considerably good-sized sample. Okay, yan yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Okay, so those are the different kinds of non-probability sampling. We have the convenience, we have consecutive, we have purposive or judgmental sampling. Okay, my apologies. Alam niyo naman may aso. This is the perks of working from home. Okay, so as I said, the non-probability sampling that we learned, we have consecutive, we have convenience, we have quota sampling, the snowball sampling, and the purposive or judgmental sampling. Okay, so let's talk about survey. Survey is a research method used for collecting data from a predefined group of respondents to gain information and insights into various topics of interest. Okay? Take note, survey is a method. Okay? It is a method for collecting data. So, ano ang difference niyan, sir, sa census? Sinabi ko kanina, di ba? The survey is for the samples. Census is for the population or the topics of interests. Okay? The data is usually obtained through standardized procedures to ensure that each respondent can answer the questions at a level playing field to avoid biased opinions that could influence the outcome of the research or study. Kaya nga inaaral natin the different survey methods or including the sampling techniques because ito yung iniiwasan natin, biased opinion, okay, which could influence the outcome of the study. Okay? And for the questionnaire, it is a list of questions from the word itself. Questionnaire or items used to gather data from respondents about their attitudes, experiences, or opinions. Okay? So, ayun na, magkaiba ang survey sa questionnaire. Sinabi natin survey, it is the method of data collection. Okay? While a questionnaire is the tool for the data collection. Okay? A questionnaire can be used to collect quantitative or qualitative information. Qualitative data. Okay? And it could either be self-administered, yung makikita nyo sa online, di ba? Minsan, sagot-sagot na lang kayo doon. Or researcher-administered. Yung mismong researcher yung nagbigay ng questionnaire. Okay? It can also be open-ended questions. Ibig sabihin ng open-ended, qualitative in nature. Pag closed-ended, quantitative in nature. Okay? And these are the steps on a good survey design. Number 1 is identify what you want to cover in a survey, especially in your questionnaire. Kaya nga meron kayong mga SOP, di ba? Doon dapat nakabase ang questionnaire nyo dapat nakabase doon ang research problems. Then put questions that are necessary. Keep it short and simple kasi nga yung iba ayaw magsagot. Okay? Kaya dapat maigsi lang, baka pagkahaba-haba ng questions ninyo doon. Ask one question at a time. Kasi nga, gusto natin masagot yung tanong natin. So, nakalagay halimbawa, what are the advantages and disadvantages? So, dapat paghiwalayin mo yun. What are the advantage? The next question, what are the disadvantage? Ganon. Avoid using jargons. Ano yung jargons? Iwasan daw yung paggamit ng mga highfalutin, yung mga masyadong malalalim na words, especially yung mga technical terms. Okay? Especially if ang mga pinagbibigyan nyo ng questionnaire yung mga parents na hindi naman nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral o kaya mga estudyante. Okay? And you need to identify if the questions are open-ended or closed-ended. Lalagay nyo sa questionnaire ninyo. Or pwedeng both. Dalawa. Pwede naman. And you have to spend time to design your survey. Kasi nga, tawag nito, gusto nating ma-measure talaga yung dapat nating i-measure. And kasama dito yung analyze the response after collecting, put a summary report together, and conclude your plan of action based on the data gathered. So, dito napapasok yung pinag-aralan natin na validity and reliability. So, once that you're able to construct your questionnaire, you need to subject it for validation and reliability analysis. Kasi, number 1, validity is that we would like to determine or we would like really to know if the construct or the indicator that we would like to measure is that indicator. Okay? And yung reliability is that we would like to ensure the consistency of the results. Kasi nga, we would like to refrain from biased opinions. Okay? That is the 10 steps to a good survey design. Okay. So, sometimes in gathering data, there are those non-response questionnaires. Ano yung non-response? Sometimes, nag-send kayo ng questionnaire sa kanila, ayaw nilang magsagot. Diba? Isa sila sa mga target participants ninyo, nakalagay dun sa listahan ninyo, nabunot nyo sila, nag-sampling kayo, diba? Nabunot nyo pa kanila, pero ayaw nilang magsagot-sagot. Those are, papasok na naman dun yung issue ng data gathering. Kasi, same time, it prolongs your study kasi ayaw magsagot-sagot. So, how do we settle this issue? Okay? What are the main reasons? Number 1, unsuitable for interview. hindi naman pala sila marunong, hindi nila alam yung study mo. Tapos sila yung ini-interview mo, hindi sila yung dapat doon, 'di ba? Minsan nangyayari 'yan sa random sampling. Number 2, those who have moved, lumipat ng tirahan or nag-transfer na ng eskwelahan yung respondent mo. Kaya nagkakaroon ng non-response sa questionnaire mo. Number 3, those out at a time of call. O, di ba? O kaya busy, trabaho. Yun lang yung available mo. Okay? Kaya hindi tuloy nasagutan yung questionnaire mo. And those away for the period of survey. O, nasa bakasyon. Di ba? Ito lang yung period of 1 week yung period of survey mo, pero nandun siya sa ibang bansa. Okay? And those who refuse to cooperate. O, ayan, sama yan sa yung mga pasaway. Especially, kung napakahirap na to kapag ang study nyo ay, ngayong sampling technique nyo is random sampling. So, halimbawa, napili nyo, ayaw pa makipag-cooperate. So, napakahirap. These are the main reasons the non-response questionnaires. These are the things that you need to consider so that ma-ensure ninyo that the questionnaires na binigay ninyo sa mga respondents nyo are well answered. Okay? So that you will be able to solicit their responses. Okay? And for maximum participation of the respondents. Okay? So before we end, let's have the concept check. Tell whether the following statement is a fact or a bluff. Number 1, data can be classified as either quantitative or qualitative. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and it's a fact. That's correct. Number 2, you needed to gather quantitative data when you want to know the depth of a certain event. Okay, yan. Depth. Ang pinag-uusapan natin yung lalim. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the correct answer is bluff. Qualitative ang kailangan natin i-gather. Okay. Next, for number 3, one issue of data collection is the researcher's ability to sort the gathered data. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time's up. It is bluff. Di ba, one issue is the inability or the lack of training for data collection. Ito marunong naman siya. So it's a bluff. Okay. Number 4, probability sampling ensures that your collected data were samples from that represent the entire population. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is a fact. Okay? Sinabi natin yan kanina. And number 5, survey is the method while questionnaire is the tool for data collection. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I already mentioned this one. This is a fact. Okay? So that ends my discussion for this chapter. And if you have questions, clarifications, violent reactions, just feel free to comment it in our chat box below. I see you in the next chapter. Goodbye and God bless you. Thank you for listening.